Hello and welcome to I Love Journaling. This is the YouTube channel where I help you to learn how to journal because journaling is good for the body, mind, and the soul. And everybody should journal every day, whether or not they do it once or twice in the morning or at night. It doesn't matter as long as you keep it a habit. So if you're interested in journaling, keep watching and I'm going to teach you some journaling tips on how you can get started quickly. Like, let's say you're, trying to journal and you're just at a block, like you just can't write anymore. These are some common obstacles you might have. You don't have time to write, you don't know what to write about, you don't know how to get started, or you don't think you're a good writer. These are normal, these are common obstacles that almost everybody has. So I'm going to teach you a few ways, a few tips on how to work past these obstacles. So there are some questions you want to ask yourself if you want to start writing. Grab a pen and a journal and ask yourself, what's going on? How do you feel? What are you thinking about? What do you want? And if none of these questions are bringing anything up, you can always use journal prompts. Journal prompts are an amazing way to get you to think about what you want to write. And you might not even know. You might not know what you want to write until you are asked the right question. So let's go through these and I'm gonna explain a little bit more in detail. What's going on? This can be what's going on right now in this very moment, what's going on for you emotionally or mentally, what's going on in your life as a whole. There are many ways to interpret this question, and you can go with any of them. How do you feel? This one is pretty self-explanatory, so you can really just start with whatever you feel the most. If you feel scared or anxious or nervous or worried or happy or excited or anything, just start with how you feel. What are you thinking about? This one's another self-explanatory one, and this is usually what people journal about because the whole point of journaling is to get your thoughts out onto paper. So what you're thinking about is pretty much the first thing that people go to when it comes to writing. So that could be literally anything that's on your mind. It could be something serious, it could be something not serious. So let's say you're just thinking about something silly, like what am I going to eat for breakfast today? It can start with that. It doesn't have to be anything, life-changing. And then the last question, what do you want? This is a question that has many directions that it could go in. You could want to find your life purpose. You could want to visit a certain friend that day. You could want anything at all in any area of your life. This question is it's so good because it can go in so many directions. So like I said, if none of these work for you, you can always use journal prompts. Journal prompts are amazing. They're one of my favorite ways to get the juices flowing if I don't have anything to ask myself. So some other questions you can ask yourself are, I feel, I want, I think, today, right now, or in this moment. These are some prompts to help you to really connect to how you feel, what you want, how you think, what's happening today, how you feel right now, what's happening in this moment. This is what you're going for. This is how you can start. And don't worry about if you keep, talking about silly, superficial things because they will eventually lead to more serious, I shouldn't say serious, more profound insights. So I always start with the more shallow stuff, the more on the surface, like the first things that you think about, and then they can lead to deeper conversations with yourself. Another tip is to reread what you wrote. After you are finished your journaling session, reread the journal entry. This works best if you reread it the next day, the next month, a year later, or more. I usually don't like to reread immediately because it's too fresh in your mind and you're not gonna have a different perspective on it. You're not gonna learn anything from it yet. You can do it if you want to, but like I said, it really works best if you do it the next day at least. And even better, do it when you're assessing your life. Like let's say every month you want to go through and see how far you've come, especially a year later, that's a really good time. New Year, it's a great time to reread your last year's journal. Of course, you probably don't have time to read the whole thing. If you journal how I recommend, which is twice a day, that's going to be a lot to read. So you might want to highlight certain entries that were important, certain days that stood out as crucial for your year or your month, and so that's a very good tip. So I hope you got some benefit out of these journaling tips and you learned some ways to quick start your journaling practice with all those obstacles that I gave and not knowing where to start or how to do it. And don't worry if you're not a good writer because you're really just writing for yourself. You're not here to impress anyone. So I really hope you got some benefit out of this and leave a comment down below and let me know which one of these was your favorite tips or if you have any additional tips you would like to add and share with the journaling community. And share this video with any of your journaling friends. And be sure to subscribe. I like to talk about journaling, obviously, and if you like journaling too, you will love this channel. So be sure to do all of those things, and I will see you in the next video.